Welcome back to the program. Violent and out-of-control behaviour amongst primary school children is on the rise. In Queensland, almost 400 children aged 4 to 6 were suspended last year. That's double the number from 2008. In the UK, a disturbing new documentary highlights just how difficult it is coping with a badly behaved child. Let's take a look.
Why does anybody have a child? Why? It was just bloody hard work. I suppose if you've got the love there, it isn't hard work. But to me, all it was just bloody hard work, inconvenience, mess, noise, expense, curtailment of our social life, of our enjoyment, our freedom. For what? Can you go off the table, please?
No!
You pick that up, please.
No! 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 For God's sake!
Every single thing, from the moment her eyes are open in the morning to the moment she goes to bed, everything is a fight.
I want to go downstairs!
No, we'll go to bed now.
Please! I rebel!
Disturbing vision. So what makes children misbehave? Is it nurture or nature? Well, to share her view, author and teacher Sharon Witt joins me now. Good morning, Sharon. How are you?
Good morning, Sophie. How you going?
Now, it was horrible to see that. The people from the actual documentary are thinking about putting their daughter into care permanently. Is that correct?
Yeah, they actually wanted to put their daughter into care. She's 7 years old, and it's actually extremely disturbing because they are just at their wits' end, and they literally have exhausted all options as far as they're concerned and actually want to put their child into care. Clearly, this is a family imploding, and as the mother says, she just doesn't want to deal with her daughter anymore. She actually refers her to her as it during the documentary. It's just disturbing.
That so is disturbing. What did you find the most distressing when watching this vision?
Oh, there were so many things. Later on in the documentary, there was a really disturbing part where the mother actually says, I had a chance to get rid of it when it was a fetus, and I didn't take that chance, and now how I wish every day that I did. And clearly the mum is really just so distressed and really needs help. I think I found that the most disturbing, just that a parent could be that disengaged from their child and their behaviour that they just wish they weren't around. And she does. She just says, I wish I didn't have it.
You just gave me goosebumps. I can't believe that a mother would say that.
I actually had tears in my eyes when I watched it. I felt for the child, but I just felt for the situation where a parent actually says, I wish I'd taken that step and not had the child in the first place when I had the chance. It just, it was awful.
Do you think this particular parent does need some counselling, and maybe it's a situation where it's maybe more nurture than nature?
Yeah, absolutely. In this particular case, it's very hard for people to make a judgment based on the short clip we just saw, Sophie, but there actually gets a point in the program where a counsellor comes in and sits down with the parents and actually says to the mum, you're the problem here. You are not nurturing her anymore. You're just so disengaged from her. There was a point where he said, you know, your daughter came up to you this morning and kissed you on the hand, and you just shushed her away and said, get ready. And he said, you're just so disengaged now that you're actually causing the problem. You need to engage with your daughter and help deal with her behaviours. So it's very hard to make those assumptions on the short clip we've seen. But Sophie, there are many families, and I realise that there's many families out there watching this now who are saying, this is my child, they're behaving in this way, their behaviour's out of control. And I think in those cases, you know, we can't blame the parents. Sometimes it is nature, sometimes there are actually psychological issues that cause
Sharon,
these
if I can
behaviours.
interrupt you for 1 second, sorry.
Yeah.
How can you tell, being a parent, if your child actually does need professional help or whether they just need a bit of tough love?
Great question. Look, it's a very sort of controversial area here, but there are some children that clearly need very strong boundaries, and sometimes we see where parents are just very lax and not continuing to enforce boundaries. You can have children that actually sort of, you know, display difficult behaviours. On the other hand, though, Sophie, we have some children who actually have behavioural issues that are psychological or, you know, biological, as you might expect. And in those cases, what you often find is that there are educators, there'll be the kinder teacher or the primary teachers, the prep teacher, educators who'll come in and say to parents, listen, we are noticing that your child's behaviours aren't normal at school, and then they'll suggest that you go and get further help, that you see the GP, get referred to a psychologist and actually get some assistance. So very often parents will actually see that behaviours are continuing, they're not normal, and you'll actually usually hear from professionals.
Well, Sharon, thank you so much for your insights this morning. There's so much more we could talk about. I'd love to get you back on, definitely. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much, Sophie. Appreciate it.
Thank you.